The Lord told me 3-4 years ago. He said, tell people we have left the days of flyer. I never heard any mortal man say it. He said, we have left the days of flyer. We are now in the days of fire. How did men like Smith Wigglesworth take nations? They entered into a place like Abraka and the climate changed. And people said, anytime Smith Wigglesworth is around our neighborhood, it rains. So he must have come. There was no telephone. Announcement. Some of you will be shocked. They will send for you. They will send for you from places your parents didn't get to. So it's not parental influence. Are you hearing what I'm saying? When the fire falls, there is an announcement. You are not local, you are global. It is one thing when man introduces you. It's another thing when God introduces you. You have to be likable for man to introduce you. But you have to be fireable for God to introduce you. There's a difference. If you look at people God introduces, they are not usually liked men. Because it is difficult to be on fire and to be liked. The reason why you have many friends is because you lack fire. The moment you have fire, people begin to drop off. They say, what is wrong with him? What is wrong with him is fire. Finally, number 3, when when the fire falls, there is not only audacity, there is not only announcement. Hear this, there is advancement. And when the fire fell upon the Mount Carmel, it wasn't just because of Elijah went up the mountain. The fire had fallen already on the same mountain. Then Elijah went and began to cry unto the Lord. And the hand of the Lord came upon him. You know, the fire upon a man is indication of God's hand upon him. Listen. For us to get this job done, we need speed. We need speed. For this overripe harvest to be won, we cannot keep going at this pace. What takes 10 years should take 10 months. What takes 10 months should take 10 weeks. What takes 10 weeks should take... Prayer for house is nonsense. We are talking about taking nations. We are talking about owning a house. When the fire falls, you gain unusual speed. I don't know about you, but I need speed because it looks like I started late. You are still holding your hand. You say, I'm young. People started since 13. Started since 9. Started since 16. I'm talking of blazing. I'm not talking about my Christian. I gave my life to Christ 9 years ago when I was 9. No. When you have an understanding of this, you don't compete with anyone because we all have different assignments. What Pastor Korede will do is not my assignment. What GUC will do is not my assignment. What Courage will do is not my assignment. But I know my own. And I make no apology for it. Let my advancement not scare you. Carry the oil. As at 5 days ago, we were going to use one little hall for what is called Ignite. And some people are so not in touch with what is happening. This is not Ignite. Are you hearing what I'm saying? The Lord told me, he said, no. Ignite is part of what I will do. It's not the program. From Abraka, God started something new. And anytime we enter a city, enter a nation, enter a community, we are now having multiple days, minimum 2. It could stretch to 10 as the Spirit leads. If we're in Ibadan, like we will be in 2 weeks from now, it's Ibadan Miracle Crusade. A hall cannot take this harvest. What we called Awaken in January in Abuja, God said it's no more Awaken. And you find out now people are stealing the name Awaken, stealing the name Ignite. You can't steal the fire. You are either original fire or no fire at all. I'm making a public announcement. Carry your own oil. We're in Ibadan in 2 weeks. They are looking for a massive ground now. They are looking for a stadium now. This is the era of stadium Christianity. What we called Awaken is no longer Awaken. It's now called Holy Ghost and Fire Conference. So we are in Ghana in 3 weeks for Holy Ghost. I am too busy to be offended. I am too busy to be distracted. God told me before he released me, he said, beware of distractions, distractors, and the distracted. There are people who are not going anywhere, so they want to stop you from where you are going. He warned me a long time ago. Advancement. Oh, Luambe. Gloria, Yemio.
Oh, baby, for. Oh, baby, sorry.
Oh, Luambe.
Gloria, Yemio. Oh, baby, for. Oh, baby, for. Oh, baby, sorry. Oh, baby, sorry. Oh, Luambe. Gloria, Yemio. Oh, baby, for. Oh, baby, for.
I make this public announcement. We don't pastor a church. There is no offering on Sunday morning. How is God doing what he's doing? When you take a step, he will settle the rest. We have people that came all the way from Abuja on their own cost. Ministry didn't sponsor them. Know your God. Those who don't know their God shall be strong and they shall do exploit. God just began to raise partners from everywhere. Pastor Korede Kumaya is one of them. From everywhere. Partners from everywhere. I don't know who will support me if God be for you. The problem is if the vision is not genuine, you are in trouble. Audacity,